So welcome, Paras Patel, to UrbanAsian.com. How are you doing today?
Good. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's great. We're looking forward to talking to you more about your ABC Family original movie that you're in Teen Spirit. So you play a character named Raj in this film, right?
Yep. His name's Raj Kukuri.
Awesome. Now tell us about Raj and how he is in relation to the other characters and why he's special in this film.
Well, I mean, Raj is special because he's played by me, of course. So he's a cool guy. No, Raj plays Lisa, who's played by Lindsay Shaw. He's one of her best friends, and together there's a group of four of them, and together they all make these little claymation movies. First of all, like Lisa and her friends, which includes Raj and our other friends Colin and Selena, we are kind of the misfits of school. We don't really like to go to like the pep rallies or like prom or anything like that. So we prefer to do our own things. We're not exactly the geeks, but we're not in with the cool crowd. We like to keep our own and do our own thing. So Raj is just a nice guy. He's really a genuine guy. So when Amber, who's played by Cassie Scarborough, when she dies at the prom, Raj is pretty much the only one in school who genuinely cares that she passed away. So that shows the kind of character Raj is. He's just a nice, shy guy and always sees the good in people. And I think that's what makes him special.
Great. Now, how do you feel Raj and Paras Patel connect? Was there anything about your own personality, your own character, that you were able to put into Raj's character?
The main thing about Raj that I could identify with is just being shy. I'm just a really shy person. Like I don't like to handle attention that much when it comes to me and stuff. So I kind of use that and how I felt when I'm in certain situations and just kind of went with those feelings.
For our Urban Asian viewers, Paras and I actually went to college together and we're really good friends. And so we went to University of Florida together. Go Gators! Go Gators! And so we've had so many experiences together. And it's so funny that now we're sitting here having this conversation with each other about you being in your first film. And so I was going to get into how you studied accounting at UF. And I remember you always having this interest in acting. I mean, you're also an awesome dancer, and you just have this performance bug. Like you love performing, even though you're a really shy guy. But so now I know this story, but now tell the rest of our Urban Asian crowd how you got into acting and how you made that leap of faith to actually pursue it professionally.
I was actually just going to bring this up that, who would have thought since we both went to college that we would have been in our respective fields. I knew you did journalism and stuff back then, but me, I was doing finance. I started out with accounting, but accounting just went over my head, so I went with finance, and I think I made the connect after I graduated from college and the economy tanked. And I'd go to these job interviews, and I wasn't able to land a job, and I was just like, man, what's going on here? And then I gave it my all. I like to give my all and everything, so I tried with landing a corporate career, and when that didn't pan out, I was like, let me reevaluate things. Let me see if there's another path that's destined for bars. So I actually moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and that's where the tax incentives, the whole tax break happened, where all these projects were coming, and then I just found my way into just working, into movies, and just mentioned that ever since being in school when we knew each other, I was always into just, performance and acting. Like I was so into Hollywood and Bollywood movies, being on sets and working and stuff. I slowly got more into it, and I enrolled in training and signed across the board with a very reputable agency here in the South, and that's pretty much how I got started. So it just, I guess the answer to that would be I made the change and the leap of faith because of the economy.
Yeah, so it's so funny how even when you're thrown into this monstrous pit of snakes, the economy is so bad and the job market is so depressing, aka being in a depression, how something so wonderful can still come out of it. Because let's say we were in a wonderful economy and everything was peachy keen, you may not have pursued this huge interest that you have in.
Oh, definitely, yeah, of course. Growing up in not every household is the same, but growing up in a South Asian and Indian household, trying to do something in entertainment is very rare for us because, they want us to focus and have, they care about, what comes down the line. They want some security and have, a good, stable future. So, when you talk about doing something in entertainment or, arts or something like that, it's very risky. But, I'm lucky to have my parents on my side because they did eventually come through. I got my way. Yeah, everything is, working its way out.
So how do your parents now feel about Raj and Teen Spirit?
Oh, they are pumped. When my mom talks to my family in India, she's like trying to explain like Teen Spirit and like ABC Family, and like they're trying to figure out how to get it over there, and I'm like, and it's just, you can sense the excitement they have, and they're very supportive.
How did you come upon this role specifically in your job hunt in the acting world?
What happened was I had just signed with this agency in Atlanta, and they called me in for this because they were looking for a role. The original character's name wasn't even Raj; it was actually Koji Takeda. So that was the role that I booked, and it wasn't until my first day of rehearsals they're like, "Oh, what ethnicity are you?" And I was just like, I'm East Indian, and so that's when they changed it to Raj Kukuri. Pretty much it was just an audition, and kind of just went in there, and I guess they really saw me bring myself into the character, and I brought Raj, or Koji at the time, to life.
Paras, how do you feel as an up-and-coming actor who's gotten an opportunity like this one to be your debut film?
I mean, I couldn't be more blessed to have this as my first break. I would have never thought that being one of the main characters for an ABC Family movie was going to be my debut. I have a lot of friends that actually are fans of the channel and just watch all those movies that come up, the special movies they have, and here I am about to make my big debut in one of them.
Playing Raj in this film is obviously catapulting your acting career really well. And so how do you feel about a South Asian playing a South Asian character? And is this something you want to stick with, or do you want to branch out into, other types of roles? Because as a South Asian actor, I feel like you're really lucky because you have this face that can be almost anything. Or, you can play... You can play an Indian boy, you can play a Latino boy, you can play, a Mediterranean character, you can play a white guy. Because so much of the time, it's so hard for South Asians to be given the opportunity to play a different role because, look different. Other ethnicities face the same sort of issue. For some people, it's not an issue, but for some people it is. Now, what is it for you?
I'm very happy that I'm being recognized as a South Asian face, being Indian, because I'm very prideful in my background. Now that I can represent our culture and show that, look, there's such a variety to us. We're not just, dark-skinned or, have that accent or something like that. We come in different shapes and sizes and colors. As far as roles go, I really hope to branch out and just, my main motive is just to, show my art and my capability to, the whole world and entertain, because at the end of the day, that's what we love to do. We just love to entertain people.
What is the hardest part about breaking into the industry, and what sorts of things are you still challenged with as someone who's still auditioning and putting himself out there?
I'd say right now the biggest challenge is continuing, your craft, continuing what you're doing, just auditioning and trying to make a name for yourself, because people only look at you based on your credits. And so the biggest challenge I'm still faced with right now is just, creating a name for myself. So hopefully after Teen Spirit, I'm one step closer to creating that name for myself. I don't think I'm anywhere close to that, but that's one milestone that's achieved.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest challenge. But the biggest breaking in the industry is just getting the audition, getting the shot, because there's so many people that are hungry for an opportunity like this. I'm still in the secondary market. I'm in Atlanta, but pretty soon I am actually going to relocate to LA, and even in the market here, it's just so competitive. You have some actors from LA coming here to audition for roles, and not to mention Atlanta covers the whole Southeast. So just getting that audition is just a big challenge. And then when you get that audition, you have to show up. You have to bring your A game. You got to perform. I guess that's when my nerves go away, because that's when I'm just like, this is either make it or break it.
Now, what's next for you after Teen Spirit? What's coming up next for Paras?
Well, coming up next, I just finished filming a national campaign for Moe's Southwest Grill, and in between that, I am auditioning for other projects that hopefully will take off, and I'm also in the works of doing some independent feature. And things will get finalized soon, and as soon as they are, I will be in touch with that.
Funny story from when we were at UF, Moe's was like the place to go. Every other day, we were all there. It was this massive brown kids just like pushing all the tables together and being the most obnoxious crowd there, but we were also the most favorite. So if you can give us the information for watching Teen Spirit on ABC Family, we'd love for everyone to tune in and see Raj in action.
So to all you UrbanAsian folks listening, Teen Spirit is part of the ABC Family Campus Crush event, and it airs Sunday, August 7th at 7 p.m., and then there's a repeat telecast on Sunday, August 7th at 9. So be sure to tune in and watch Teen Spirit, and then I'd love to hear any kind of feedback that you have on Raj, because, Raj has a big moment in the movie, but I'm not going to give it away. You can follow me on Twitter at I am Paras Patel. I'd love to hear from you guys.
And the times that you've given us are Eastern Standard Time, correct?
Yes, Eastern Standard Time.
Great. Well, everyone look out for ABC Family's Teen Spirit starring Paras Patel as Raj. And definitely looking forward to hearing from you again with all the upcoming projects that you've got going on. And thank you so much for joining us.
Great, Juhi. Thanks for having me. It was a blast.